Hello students, here is Naresh Verma from RS Group of Schools. Today we are going to study a lesson from prose Hornbill, that is discovering Tut. This lesson is for class 11th. In this lesson we will study about an Egyptian ruler that ruled in Egypt for a very short time. So the story has been divided here in three parts to understand it very well. So in part 1 we will discuss about the introduction of Tut. Pharaoh Tut. Pharaoh means, in the Egyptian language, Pharaoh means a ruler, a kind of king or ruler. Pharaoh Tut was the last ruler of Egypt. Its full name was Tutankhamun, Tutankhaten, and the short form of these two names is Tut. These two names were given by the king Tut himself. Actually, the king Tut was the worshipper of two Egyptian gods. They were Amun and Aten. Amun is the Egyptian god of sun and air, and Aten is the disk of the sun. The meaning of Aten is disk of the sun. So he was the worshipper of these two gods. His birth took place in 1341 BC and he was dead in 1321 BC, about 3300 years ago from today. His tenure was for a very short period, just for 9 years, because when he became the king of Egypt, he was just 11 years old. At the very little age, he became the king. Now comes part 2. In part 2 we will discuss the scientific discoveries of Tut's mummy, because in the Egypt people are buried and their body is packed, their body is mummified in a coffin. They believe that death is just a long sleep, and after that long sleep a new birth is there. That is why when they mummify the body, they put their belongings like jewelry, their clothes, their everyday things like razor and case of food and wine. These things are also kept with the mummy. So when the king Tut was mummified, he was kept in the coffin box with a lot of jewels. It reveals that the king was very rich. Okay, he had a lot of gold, and he was and the people also kept some things like board games, bronze razor, garments, case of food and wine with the body of King Tut. His burial place was 26 feet below underground, and in the walls of the burial place there was very fantastic paintings. When in 1922 there was a British archaeologist, that was Howard Carter. He decided to discover the world famous mummy, that was the mummy of King Tut. This mummy had 3 layers of gold, so it was also very costly. And the people of Egypt used to say that one who interferes the mummy of King Tut will definitely die or will be the victim of some severe danger. When his body was discovered by British archaeologist, he found that his body was sticked with the coffin, because when his body was mummified, the people put some resin just to keep the body safe. So that resin is just like a sticky substance that is found from some trees like babool or other trees, that is used just for affixing the things like gum. Okay, resin is also used to make gums. So it was very tough to take out his body from the coffin box, because it was very strongly sticked with the coffin box. So the archaeologist thought that if he put that box, that mummy, in the sun, in the bright sunlight, blazing sunshine, maybe the resin should be melted. So he tried and put the coffin box in the blazing sunshine at the temperature of 149 degree Fahrenheit. But the resin did not melt. And at last, the archaeologist had to take out the body limb by limb in pieces. And after the study of the mummy, he reassembled the body in a wooden box. He found in the first layer some garlands of olive leaves, lotus petals, and corn flowers. These things were available on the first layer. When in 1968 there was an anatomy professor, he x-rayed the mummy and revealed the fact that breast bones and front ribs of Tut's body were missing. On 5th January 2005, this mummy was CT scanned. This was the first mummy of this world to be CT scanned, and the CT scan machine was donated by the National Geographic Society and Siemens, who was the manufacturer of this machine. After scanning, the fact was revealed. The doubts were clear. In the previous days, people doubted if the King Tut was murdered, because just after 9 years he was dead. So many people of the world thought that he was murdered. So to solve the mystery of his death, it was done. Means the discovery of this body, this mummy, was done by many people, and the body was also scanned. So after scanning the body of King Tut, it was found that his death was natural. He was not murdered actually. Now comes part third. In part third, we will study Tut's history, facts about his ancestors. In his ancestors, some very famous ancestors were there. Amenhotep, Amenhotep III. He might be Tut's father or grandfather. After that, Amenhotep IV comes. He succeeded them. In his tenure, he did major three things, very important things. One thing was that he promoted worship of Aten, and that is why he renamed his name, that was Akhenaten. Aten means, it has already been told about Aten. Aten is the disk of the sun. Okay. His second work was that he moved his capital from Thebes to Akhetaten. Thebes to Akhetaten, and now Akhetaten is known as Amarna. Okay, and his third work was that he attacked Amun images and temples. So he was against Amun. Amun is the Egyptian god of sun and air. Okay, and after that, a very famous ruler comes, that is Smenkhkare. He was a ruler that appeared just for a very short period, but has some importance in the chronology of this story. And at last, Tutankhamun comes, that is Tut. Tutankhamun is the last ruler of this dynasty. Tutankhamun was the living image of Amun because he worshipped Amun, and he restored his new ways in his own way. This way, the story ends here, and we find that what was the secret of King Tut's death. So, I hope that you have understood the story very well. Thank you.